Awesome. So I was worried I wouldn't be able to. I was worried I wasn't be able to go live with the one I actually scheduled. I was like, oh my gosh, is this going to work? But it worked. Okay, cool. All right. So today I'm going to be drawing Izzy. Is it going? Okay, because something weird just happened. Okay, I think we're back on. Something weird just happened where I can hear myself like echoing. This is weird. Oh well. So today I'm drawing the lovely Izzy. All right, we have her body mapped out. Now I'll go in with her nose. As I always tell my students, I always start an animal with the nose. Does it sound like an echo to you guys? Can anybody let me know? Um, let's see, those look pretty matchy. Okay. Hello. Hi. It's much rounder there than it is over here. I am drawing, move, this beautiful kitty, Izzy, today. Once I have her sketched out, I do my art with pointillism with lots of dots. Thank you. I'm glad you like the eyes. They're kind of bugging me a little bit, but I do think they're good. We're always our own worst critics, us artists. Hello. Thank you. I'm glad you like my art. It's something I'm very grateful that I have the skill. Do they line up? Yes, but this one needs to be pointier. There we go. And then her forehead is actually curved down here, like that. All right, so now we're going to work on her shoulder here, and part of that is shown with her chest whiteness because she's a tuxie kitty. I'll clean that up some more later, but I wanted to get the, and she has her paw here. And we can see one more toe back here. Okay. There we go. We have both paws, and this one actually has kind of like a sleeve there. And there's a bit of rump back here. Okay. Now this is where we get interesting. I had to choose a funky pose. And I don't know if I'm going to do the original carpet that's in the photo because she's a black and white cat, and the carpet is black with a flower pattern. And I just feel like she could get lost in that. So I might do a different color. I'm thinking like a light yellow for the background. Um, for the base of the carpet, and then sorry I keep pausing. It's like my voice is echoing back at me. I don't know if you guys can hear the echo. She does have a very cute nose with the streak up above it. You're right. I hope the echo isn't happening for you guys too, because that would be annoying if I was listening to a video and it kept echoing. I know I would get annoyed, but I don't really know what to do about it at this point. I feel like that is too small compared to that. No, they're actually about the same size. Maybe if we add the beans. Okay. Okay. I feel like this needs to be smoothed out like that. Yes. And then her tail is sticking out here. And that she has a little bit of black. Pardon me. On her heel. She has a little bit of black there. And then above her nose along the bridge. One of the challenges with doing animals that are black or black and white is can't just color them all black. 'Cause then they just look like a blob. Hey, it says add a Q&A sticker. So I know now that if I do this, it won't block the screen for you guys because it pops up in the middle of my screen. Oh, the sticker is gone. Let's see. Oh, now it wants me to type a question. I'm not gonna do that because I should be drawing. All right. Now let's clean up the outline. Right here. I don't agree with it. There we go. That's the line I need. Hi, Katydid. Say, Katydid has joined us. She's probably gonna go check out her dinner. I fed them, and right before we started, so she's probably going to see if there's anything. She's never too impressed with their dinner because it's usually just kibble. Sorry. She's always hoping for more. She likes it when her papa comes to feed her. Um, when I have like teacher meetings and whatnot in the evening, because he always is like, "Poor kitty, you need wet." She has him wrapped around her little finger. All right, Izzy is sketched out. And then I think I'm going to put the edge of the carpet back here. And I think I'm going to do the carpet a light yellow. Oh, Katie, do you want to inspect it before I trace it? What do you think? Not that you can't see it, because you's blind, but you inspecting it through the vibes? So today I actually had to make her next appointment with the neurologist. She gets to go, hello, little lady. She'll go July. You can't step on it, babe. She gets to go July 22nd, will be her appointment. Unfortunately, she'll have to fast because they always want to draw blood, test her phenobarbital levels because that's the anti-seizure medicine she's on. So that's the only way we can get a refill of her prescription is every 6 months. And then this month, or the summer one, is actually the full-on appointment. We will be doing a full-on weight, vitals, body check, checking her reflexes. Has she regained any vision? I'm always like, no, she's, as far as we can tell, she's still blind. And they're always like, And I'm like, I really don't think she's ever gonna get anything back. And that's okay. That's Katie did. Her tail's hanging out with us. She's decided to eat in a diagonal manner. And I'm not gonna trace over where I planned out where the black and white is, because that will be shown up with the pointillism, but the basic outline will be done. Oh, there's a kitted hair attached to my pen. Shoe hair. That is the risk we run doing art with the animals, is they often gift us with things. Okay. Still got that hind paw up there. Today I had a major technological win. I managed to finally get my Venmo to allow me to connect my bank account so I can like deposit and withdraw and transfer cash. Been battling that for a while. I mean, I probably could have got it done faster if I hadn't. But I'm like, "Ugh, I'll deal with it later." But um, but I had some help from someone I know. Kated, your tail. All right. I think we've got everything we need to trace. So now we're going to give it a cursory erase. You're going to probably hear my marker case with all its markers doing their rattly dance. This way our guidelines will just be faint. Since she's a black and white cat, I don't have to worry too much about the guidelines being visible. That's more of a thing with orange cats. The graphite likes to get trapped under the ink of the orange and peach skin tones. I'm going to do the gray and the brown and the black cats. They're fine. You want to drink from my glass of water, little lady? You thinking about it? Just don't knock it off the table. She's never done that, knock on wood, now that I probably jinxed myself. All right, so her eyes. I'm going to get out my classic cat eye color here. I'm going to be using the Tombow dual brush markers. In my last video with Eli, I did use the brush end. I'm not doing that with Izzy here, though. I'm going to be doing only the fine tip point and be doing my pointillism. Okay, and we'll come back and add a bit of shading in that later. Now I will use true black for her pupils. And I think maybe also her nose. Kated was so sweet last night. I was tired all day yesterday. I only took 2 naps. I should have only done 1, but I relented and took a short afternoon nap. Let's get out our test paper here because we don't want to go too dark. I'm thinking I usually end up using 35 for my black animal base compared to, I don't know if you guys can really see the difference there. That way I can add shadows. Oh shoot, yeah, 35 is this one. Put the cat back on the right one. But anyway, went to bed, done the live stream yesterday with Eli, took a shower, relaxing in bed with a book, turned the light off, and nothing. Laid there, laid there, laid there. Could not get to sleep. Kate originally, she was, it was dusk, so she was out and about with her brother romping. I found his collar on the floor this morning. So during the romp, either he got annoyed with her and took his phone collar off. He is able to do that. Because since she's blind, if he's not wearing his collar, she can't hear him. He can get away easier. Um, or during the tussle, she snagged it and it came off. So, but eventually I think she noticed that, hey, mom's not sleeping. And I pulled out the desperation measures. I came out and had a bowl of cereal, and then I put on a Dateline murder mystery. Those usually always put me to sleep. And she came in and she's like this, mother. You curl up and you go to sleep. And I was able to doze off for a while, short doze. Then I woke up again and I'm like, no, it was only like 2 hours of dozing. I'm like, I need to actually sleep. Um, and she came and she like I was laying on my side and she came and she draped herself like this along in front of my stomach and she's like, let me just hold you down and purr. And eventually that got me back to sleep until my alarm went off. Well, her alarm went off for her morning food and pill. And then we got up. I was worried I was going to need to nap a whole bunch today, but I kept myself busy with. I now have catnip sushi available in my Etsy shop, so stuffing those and some eggs that people ordered and putting away some laundry. And then Kated's pills were available for refill, so biked down to Walmart to pick up those. Then I biked down to Dip Cravers. It's a little mom and pop shop, about 3.5 miles bike ride away. Got some fresh cream soda. Biked back. Worked on catnip some more. I did take a short half-hour nap, but I did set a timer. So I am quite tired right now. Can't guarantee I'm going to do this whole thing like I did with Eli yesterday. Eli's background also went faster because I wasn't doing the whole paper, which we'll see, because I do kind of want to do a rug pattern behind Izzy. But I'm going to be doing pointillism for that rug. So again, that'll take longer. So that might be something I have to finish tomorrow. So there's the start of her face. Once I get her head done, I'll go in and do the shadows. And then I'll work on her. I know with like Eli and some of my ginger cats, I tend to go all ginger, all orange, all stripes. But with the black and white, like Izzy and like Flower is, I did Flower a few days ago, I tend to do one body chunk at a time. So it doesn't become like this massive blob that I then have to go and decipher. I did watch a really good movie though today. Was that a Rental Family or Rent a Family? I'd seen commercials for it when it came out, but I don't really go to movie theaters. I don't really enjoy going out into crowded places. I'd rather watch a movie at home where I have my cats and my comfy recliner and my yarn and my own toilet. But it was actually really good and really heartwarming. Okay. And Izzy's ears inside of there aren't um, black, but they are a kind of a grayish. So we'll circle back to those. Now that I've made Katie's appointment, my goal for tomorrow is, well, finish my prep for the farmer's market, which I'm selling at, which starts Saturday. So make sure I've got everything loaded in the car and got my count done. Um, but then I need to call and make my appointments, since I'm a teacher on summer's break. All us teachers, what are we doing now? All our doctor's appointments. Okay. Now we're going to go one darker, which is in between what I'm doing and true black. And like that. Bone structure is here. She's darker on this side of her face. So now I can see a difference. She still looks like a black cat, but now a black cat with some depth and shadow. There we go. Do the ears, rims. There we go. And then I'm actually going to go add a little bit onto your nose just to, there we go, help it stand out a bit more. And then let's test this one. Do we like that for the ear? Let's go one less. I think if we go one less, it's too light, though. That's the problem. No, that's actually perfect. Because these are different, right? Yep, 45, 55. We're going to go with 55 for the inside of her ears. Because since, even though her ears are black on the other side, since the light shines through them, it makes them appear lighter. Go. And you have more of a shadow here on your ear. kind of like Eli did, towards the outside more. There we go. Go back to the eyes real quick. Just had a titch around the rim of your pupil. There we go. All right. Now we're going to go into, I'm going to go left to right. That way I don't end up with black smudge on my hand and then smudging it along the artwork. I think I am going to go with this one, the near true black for your beans. There we go. And you know what? I think I'm going to use that here too. So it starts kind of here. Like that. Yes. Okay. Sorry about my cough's acting up. I always cough more in the evening. It's always so annoying. But if anybody has any questions, you can always pop them into the chat and I'll answer them. Not really sure what else to talk about. Kind of told you all about my day. Not much happens when I'm on summer break. It's a lot of cleaning, occasional bike ride or run in the morning, and crocheting. I am hoping Tuesday to bike the Keystone Trail again to its end. And at its end is a lovely pizza place. I would like to have that pizza again. Well, and their limoncello cake was amazing. Well, both the cats have ditched us. I bet Echo's either in a window or settled into the couch for the night. Kaden is either back in bed waiting for me or she's in my recliner. She likes my recliner. She thinks it's her recliner, but it's not. So once I finish going up this leg, I'll circle back and add shading. And then we'll tackle down here, and then we'll finish up over here. There we go. And now seems like a lot of the shadowing on here follows. A line here up until this point, and then it's also on the inside of her arm here. I just realized all I've done so far this summer are ginger cats and black and white cats. But man, brown tabbies. With all the layerings of the different tans and the browns, I think they take the most work. There we go. Then we'll still have to go back and add the shading where all her white patches are. All right, now for her tail. Sounds like my neighbor upstairs just dropped something. I don't know if you guys heard the thud. That or their cat just jumped down. They have a cat named Tucker. They used to have a cat named Dean, but he passed a few years ago. Tucker actually got to meet him when he was just like a 2 or 3 week old kitten. He and his sister, who's all white like a snowball, had been found without their mama, and she was fostering them. And oh, Sammy adored them. Because one time we were sitting out there just enjoying the grass, and she came out with them, meow, squealing little babies, and he's like, immediately went into mother hen mode. He excelled at being a mother hen, and so she let him out, and Bogart was like, I can't eat them, and they're competition for being the baby, so he wasn't interested. Um, but Sammy immediately tucked them into his belly and just was grooming them and loving on them, and then she did eventually have to, like, crate them because, well, they had to go to their appointment. That's why she had brought them out of the apartment to begin with. And he just sat there and cried for his babies when she left. And she ended up keeping the boy. Oh man, I was sorely tempted to keep that little boy. I would have named him Walter, though. But she ended up keeping him, and I'm only allowed to have two cats in my apartment anyway, and I had Bogart and Sammy at the time. Bogart would not have appreciated another baby because he was baby, but Sammy would have loved having a new little brother. He thrived on being big brother. You can kind of see the beans peeking out here. So I'm going to just add those like that. I need to crack my knuckle, sorry. Now some people that noise bothers them, but drawing like this sometimes it makes my fingers stiff. I'm gonna reroute that patch. That patch will make more sense when I add the shadows from the white section. And I will go live until 7. We'll get as much done as we can in an hour. But then at 7, the routine for me is to shower, shave my head. I shave every day. I'm a bald person. You probably, well, if you were here at the very beginning, you might have seen me. And then I head to bed and read my book. I'm currently reading Tall Star's Revenge, one of the Warriors Super Edition stories. It's like one of the back stories for the characters that are in the main storyline. Tall Star was Wind Clan's leader when Firestar as Firepaw joins the clans. Um, so that's what I'm currently reading. I've been working on it for a while. I'm not very good about being consistent with actually reading before bed instead of doom scrolling or YouTube videos. It's one of my goals for the summer is to get back into that habit. It's easier during the summer because I'm not stressed out from school. During the school year, sometimes I just don't want to think. So I just mindlessly doom scroll or watch cat videos on YouTube. Especially towards the end of the school year. Once we've passed spring break, I'm I'm keeping myself alive, doing laundry, feeding and pilling the kids, and washing the sheets. More than that, I can't really say. The apartment kind of goes to the dumps. So, thankfully, I had someone come and help me clean the other day, which got a lot done, but now I got to work to keep it up and keep going. Not stay slid in those bad habits from when I was burnt out at the end of the school year. goal for Monday is also to get back out there with either walking or I might do a 2 mile, um, do my 3 mile run route, but only run like 2 miles. It's been I haven't run at all this month. I think this is the only month in my notebook where I have 0 running miles. There was a lot of rain though this month, and I just don't enjoy running in the rain. I don't know many people that do. And then I was just tired. I was still biking to school though, so I considered that a win. I didn't go completely 0 exercise this month. Um, but I do have a half marathon in September. So my goal is to get back out there and get ready for that and stay ready. All right, let's do some shadowing. It's kind of hard. Your arm kind of just blends in here. So I'm just going to do a smattering of this darker here. You're going to hear some louder tapping for a sec. Oh, I like that. Sorry. All right, last black patch. And then the shading for the white section should go pretty quick. So we might be done like right at or just before 7 o'clock for anybody hanging out the whole time with me. And then once I finish Izzy tomorrow, I will post her to my social media. So anybody who wants can see her. Like that. Okay, cap all of these. And then let me just double check between these two. Because one looks by the caps lighter than the other, but it isn't always. Yeah, see, like this one has a darker cap, but to me it looks lighter on paper. So it's what I generally tend to use for the shadowing. But now that one the graphite will get trapped underneath it. So we do need to finish erasing. So I can add. They won't be super visible, but they're there now. The whisker dots. You might be able to see it here on the left side. All right. Oh no. Hold on, my computer just logged itself out and I need that to see all the shadowing. Thank Thank you. All right, this one side has shadowing, along with, there's always shadowing here. There's shadowing on this side of this peat. There's also a bit of each beam there. Yep, it follows straight down and then kind of go. And then for this paw, there's just the usual there. It's a bit there for a reason. There's a bit here behind your heel. The top of this paw. Okay. This paw. Like that. And then there's a shadow line that goes along there. Another one here. A bit of one here. Bit of shadow there. Of course, there's shadow under your chin here. Just a little bit of speckling there. It's always whenever there's white fur, there's like little V's. There we go. I like that. Which means now, not that we'll be able to see them too much, but the whiskers. I know her whiskers are actually white, but I haven't figured out how to do white whiskers yet. All right, since we've got a moment, I want to touch this button. Retouch on. Retouch off. I don't know what retouch means. What does this do? Underwater? Whoa, you guys. If this is annoying you, go ahead and tell me and I'll stop. Big head doesn't really work because some of these stickers don't work because what's dance party? Oh, well, that's not good if anybody like has seizures. Mosaic bloom. Interesting. Okay, well, I do kind of like the underwater one. I would never be able to draw like this though. What does mirror mean? Oh my, Izzy. That's interesting. But okay. I don't know, I was just playing with that stuff. But Izzy is done. Tomorrow I'll do the carpet here. I'll pick you up and show you the carpet here is black with the flowers. I'm gonna try and keep a more of a simplified version of the flowers, but I don't think I'm gonna do the black on the carpet because she's a black cat. So I think I might do that light yellow on the flowers as the carpet itself, and then maybe do like blue flowers or pink flowers. I'll message Izzy and see what kind of flowers she wants on her carpet. But otherwise, thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed watching me draw Izzy, and I will see you again another time. Have a fabulous night or day, whatever it is for you.